Welcome back. So we're in the caravan on the drive. It is summer again in the UK. It is 32 degrees outside. And I've just come into the caravan to show you will have seen on the last video, our new EcoFlow Wave 3 aircon unit. So I've purposely picked a really warm day to show you this. I have left the blinds in the caravan shut on the sides that get the sun, but I've not had the aircon unit on at all. It is now 5:30 in the afternoon, and the caravan, according to this temperature sensor, is currently showing 40 degrees. It was up to nearly 42 degrees. So as you know, I am a real geek. I have monitoring. So as you can see here, hopefully a little bit of reflections. That's the temperature been through today. Yeah, an hour ago, 41.8, nearly 42 degrees. Absolutely boiling. If we'd opened the windows strategically opposite sides and had fans running, etc., it would have come down, but it would have been more than the ambient temperature outside. So as I said, it's about 32 degrees outside. Here, I expect it probably would have been about 36, 37 degrees. Now, quite often when we go away, especially if it's more than just an overnight, we'll take our cats with us. That means that we can't open our windows wide. We don't want the cats to escape. We're not quite brave enough yet. We're not sure how well trained they are, that if we're away from home and we let them out, if they'd come back, especially not in time for us leaving on that set day. So that gives us a dilemma. There's only so much cooling you can do if the windows are locked that far open. We also know if we open the roof too far, the cats jump out the roof. We've tried that here on the drive. They'll even jump in the roof. You know, don't know what they think. So let me show you the EcoFlow Wave 3 that we've purchased. Unit, I've got it on our kitchen side at the moment. Put my hand here just for scale. You know, it's not tiny, but it's also not huge. So it has a couple of ways of working. We've got on the front an air intake. On the top, this is where the cool air blows out. And then you've got your screen here. And then at the back, these hoses clip on. And they can clip on the front or the back, and I'll explain that. But this one at the top is the hot air out. And this one here is the outside air in. So in effect, on cooling mode, you've got the front circulating and producing the cool air. And in air conditioning units, if you're cooling at the front, you're heating at the back. So you're drawing air in from outside to cool the internals here, and the hot air blows outside. This model, these are insulated hoses, so although they still get warm, it doesn't let as much heat out into the room. As I explained, you can put these on the hot side or the cool side. So what you could do, if you have your awning up, is actually put this unit outside so it takes no room whatsoever in your caravan. and connect the hoses to the front and blow the cool air in. We will do that if we have the awning up. Now, what you do have to do for an aircon unit to work efficiently is to close it up as much as possible. So what we've done, you can see here, is on the window, I've bought from B&Q some polystyrene insulation, cut it to the size of the window, and it comes with a template. I've put these holes in. So this is it from the inside. You go on the outside, you can see there. So this polystyrene literally just sits in, and the window seals keep it in place. It's really not technical, but it holds it quite firm. You can see here I made two. That's literally all it is. Really simple to do, just a serrated knife. That cuts that out. In our 304, you can actually use those inserts I've made. It's exactly the same for the kitchen window and the window over the rear dinette. They're probably the two sides we'll put it, depending on where we are. If we're using the kitchen, if it's this hot, I doubt we'd do much cooking in the van. We'll probably do it outside on the Caravan and barbecue, etc. But if we're in here, then it might be there. So it's 40 odd degrees in here now. I'm starting to sweat. I'm going to stop talking. I am going to turn the unit on. I'm going to put up in this gap a copy of the screen on my phone, because this unit also connects to Wi-Fi. So if you have Wi-Fi in your van, you can monitor it, you can control it remotely. So as you can hopefully see on the screen, according to this unit, it currently thinks it's 38.8 degrees in the Caravan. At the front of the unit, the air output temperature would be 40.4 degrees. So yeah, that's really, really hot. Now I've got the unit set up with the drain hose into the sink. It does have an internal tank, and it will run and fill up internally and tell you when you need to empty it. But for me, there's no reason why we can't run it into the sink, out the window, if we're in the awning, just into something else. So let's turn it on. So I'm going to hit the power button in the corner, and then I am going to press the max button. So that is going to try and cool the van down to 16 degrees at its maximum capacity. So you'll probably be able to hear the fan in the background, but it isn't really loud. There has just been a firmware update as well, so a few early versions of the software, the compressor made a really horrible noise. They have made that a lot better with a firmware update. So what I'm going to do is let this run. You can see in the corner how much power it's taking. At the moment it's 250, it's going up. Maximum I've managed to get it to so far is about 600 watts. So again, if you're thinking about your power use, that's something there. I'm running off of 240 mains. There are battery options. You can recharge it with solar as well. Battery at full power lasts about 2 hours. On economy mode, about 8. Personally, it's probably a bit more of a gimmick. If it's this hot all day, you're never going to be able to run an aircon permanently, sufficiently on battery. You're just not. So you can see straight away that the air outlet temperature is starting to come down. Started off at 40, it's already 34.8. It's 5:35. I'm going to leave it to run for an hour or so, and we'll come back to you a little bit later on and see how well it's done. I'm back again. It is just gone 8 o'clock, and the aircon has been running since we left you. Just stood outside now. You can probably gauge how loud it is from the outside, blowing some really hot air out of this vent. Let's go in and see what it's like. So it's 30 degrees outside still at 8 o'clock, but actually come in, there is a huge difference. So let's go and sit down and see what we've got. So it's definitely cooled down a lot. I wouldn't say it's cold, but this is really comfortable. And we have got 27.8 according to this. You can see the humidity's gone way down as well, 32%. This is a win for me. It's 6,100 BTUs. So sort of the window hanging unit we had before, it took a couple of degrees off. Yes, it gave you more room in the Caravan, it's specially designed. But it was big, heavy and bulky. This one is portable. It's not cheap, none of them are. But I think especially if you've got pets, you can't leave the windows open. If, like me, you're a wuss, I'd definitely consider it. You know, give it a go, maybe. We will definitely be taking it with us on our summer journeys. And funnily enough, I'm away this weekend, not in the Caravan, but I will be taking it with me. Again, it's going to be 32 degrees this weekend. This is coming. So thought I'd just give you a show of the unit. Hopefully food for thought for people if you're considering one. I know it's not for everybody, but for us, well worth it.